Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how I set up my chick brooder in my garage. Alright guys, I just set up my brooder here. I made it from scrap wood that I had laying around in the garage. I just ordered my chicks a few days ago, and I ordered them from Myers Hatchery. They're out of Ohio. I tried to order them from Murray McMurray and mypetchicken.com, but their next available chickens or chicks would have been in end of January, and I didn't want to wait that long because you got to figure they take, like, I don't know, 5 to 6 months before they start hatching or laying eggs, I should say. But anyways, I ordered them from Myers Hatchery. I'm going to put the link in the description to those websites, but I ordered it from them because the next hatch date was December 11th. So you go online, you pick the chicks you want, and you look at the available dates. And I picked December 11th because I think I ordered them on, I don't know, it was December 11th, and a week earlier I ordered them. So I wanted them right away, as soon as possible, because my chicken coop is just about done, and my chicken run is getting there. But I figure I'm going to keep them in here for the next 3 to 4 weeks. And then after that, they're going into the chicken coop. So let me show you what I did here. All right, let me bring you in close. All right, so this here, I had a fluorescent light sitting in the garage that it wasn't being used, so I made some good use out of it. So I laid that across. Here is a 2x3 that I laid in there and screwed in to the box. Put a lid on it, some hinges. You don't need nothing fancy because you're only probably going to use this once or twice, you know. Lights hooked up. I got my heating element here. It's not a heat bulb, but a heating element, and I'll show you that in a second here. So this is my heating lamp, okay? But rather than using a bulb, there's a heating element, and these are ceramic heating elements that you would use on reptiles and stuff like that. I ordered it on Amazon, and I forgot what the price was. It was a 250 watt. I think I paid $20 for it, something like that. I'll put a link to all that in the description. This here I just picked up. I don't remember if it was Home Depot or Tractor Supply. When you buy a heat lamp, make sure you buy the one that has the ceramic here, okay, where the bulb screws into. Make sure it's all ceramic, not plastic, okay, because that'll melt. So make sure you get the ones with the ceramic. Clip it onto something. I put a screw on here to secure it, so to make sure it will not fall. You don't want to start a fire, okay? That's especially, do not use, I don't recommend using the light bulbs, those red ones, because they do get very hot, and if they drop into this wood shavings here, all right, you're looking at a fire, okay? So you want to secure it good, and you want to secure it good so it won't fall. But let me take that off, and I'll show you what that heating element looks like. Again, I just put this for extra security. I do not want this thing falling. Okay, you see what that looks like? Alright, that is a ceramic heating element. Rather than putting a light bulb in, these things get, they radiate a lot of heat. Alright? That way you don't blind the chicks, and I'm sure it'd be very irritating looking at a red light all day. Now, directly under the bulb, let me move this out of the way a little bit so you can see. Directly under the bulb, right here, this is a sensor here, a thermostat sensor, that I have with my temperature controller. That will detect the temperature of the heating element. And once it reaches a certain degree, which is mine is 95 degrees, it kicks it off. Okay? I'll show you how that works. Right, this is made by Inkbird, I think it is. Let me see here. Yeah, Inkbird. And they sell these on Amazon. This will control the heating element, okay, or your light, or whatever heat source you have. This is the temperature I have it set for, 95 degrees, and this top number is what the actual temperature is right now. And as soon as it reaches 95 degrees, it cuts the power to that heating element, and then I have it set to drop about 2 degrees, and then it'll kick it back on again. So it'll maintain around 95 degrees. These are very, very cool. So this would plug into your power source, and then your lamp would plug into here, okay, and it sends power to your lamp. Now, the cool thing about these units here, it's not just for heat, they also have it for a cooler. It says here cooling and heating. Now, I have it set for heating here because I got a heating element on there, but here it says cooling. If you wanted to, let's say you have an old freezer box, this style box, you lift the lid up, freezers. You can plug it into here, set it at whatever temperature you want, and you can turn that freezer box into a refrigerator. So you can put it, set it for mid-30s, 35, 40 degrees, whatever you want, 37 degrees, and it'll kick on that freezer box when it gets above 37 degrees, and you can set it to have it no colder than, I don't know, say 35 or something. So that's very cool. And then my light, I have it set on a timer, okay? I have it turn on basically at 7 o'clock maybe, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then it'll cut out at around 8 o'clock. Okay, now on the inside of your brooder, you want to use pine shavings. Don't get the fine ones. The fine ones are like sawdust, okay? They're very, very fine. This stuff here is nice and fluffy, and it'll be good for the chicks to walk around on. If you get the ones that are fine, they may mistake it for food and start eating it, so it's probably not a good thing. But as you can see, it's just constructed with plywood that I had laying around the garage. I had some 2x2s for all the the corners, and I just nailed them together with my nail gun. You can use screws, and yeah, very, very simple, very cheap. Also, as an extra precaution, I had some of this 1/2-inch screen, and what I did is I made like a little cover to go over the top here, like that, just to keep any pesky critters out, mice or whatever. Alright, and again, this closes, but I don't think I'm going to be closing it when they're in there. I'm going to probably put a board here or something to regulate the temperature. That way they get air and a lot of the excess heat will get out. I have yet to regulate that. That's the nice thing about having a timer, or not a timer, having a temperature controller, is it'll never get too hot in there because it'll kick off at the set temperature. So this I really would think is a must, okay? Unless you want to constantly watch this thing. But this is cool. It goes up to your set temperature and it shuts off and it won't get any hotter. For the first week of your chicks, getting them through the mail like I am, you want to keep the temperature about 95 degrees. After that, you want to start dropping about 5 degrees a week. So after about 3 to 4 weeks, I'm going to get them out of here and put them into my chicken coop. So the birds I ordered are 11 Rhode Island Reds, and I ordered 4 blue Andalusian. And the blue Andalusian, I'm not too familiar with those. I read some stuff about them. The reason why I chose those two is because they don't go broody. Broody is when they want to lay on their eggs all the time. I just want some egg-producing machines here. So I don't want them to sit on these eggs that are not fertile to begin with. So I don't plan on getting a rooster. So to hatch eggs, maybe in the very future, later in the future, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But right now I'm just concerned about laying eggs. And so I don't want these birds going broody on me and wanting to lay on their eggs all the time. since they're not fertile. So I got those 11 Rhode Island Reds. Those are a dual-purpose bird for meat or laying eggs, and they, from what I understand, they lay eggs great, you know. And those Andalusian, they are also pretty good egg producers, but they're not broody, or not that broody, anyways. And from what it said on the website, they're chatty, so I guess they make a little noise. Other than that, I should be having plenty of eggs. You got to figure a chicken, especially the Rhode Island Reds, they'll lay an egg almost every day. So, you know, I don't know, out of those 15 birds, if I even get, you know, 10 to 12 a day, that's a lot of eggs. Very simple construction, you know, you can do this in a couple hours, just build something like this, scrap wood. Like I said, you can even use a cardboard box, a good sturdy box though, depending on how many chicks you're going to get. If you're just going to get a few chicks, maybe 5, 6 little chicks, a cardboard box is fine. Even those plastic tubs that you would buy to put stuff in, clothes and whatever, those will work good too. But again, pay special attention to your heat source. Make sure, I personally wouldn't use those red lights to warm them up because those get extremely hot. And if you don't secure them well, and if they fall, they can cause a fire. You don't want that. All right, so very simple construction. Doesn't have to be expensive, you know. And if you're going to do this, if you're going to hatch chicks on a regular basis, then yeah, make something really nice. You know, something you're going to use all the time. And as far as wood shavings, I'll show you what I'm using here. This bag, I opened it, so I'm going to have to close this up here. But anyways, I got these at Tractor Supply. Alright, they're premium wood shavings, or pine shavings, I should say. And this whole bag here was 5 something, under $6. So very affordable, and that's how much I used right there to fill that up, about an inch or 2 deep. So very, very little I used. Very economical. All right, so as far as water and food, I decided to set up these. I had these ceramic tiles. You can use a board or whatever, and that way when the chicks come up here, they won't put chips in the water as much. Okay, they won't stir this up. They'll be standing on here, and the chips won't go inside the water. But these here, these little waters, they even have smaller ones. They're just basically, you put your mason jars on here, the small mouth, not the wide mouth. Or they do sell the plastic ones, but we decided to use glass instead. So that works good there. And again, these are just a few bucks at Tractor Supply, and we decided to use our own mason jars. All right, guys, and as far as food, chicken food, we decided to get organic chicken food. This is a chicken starter, 19% chicken starter crumbles. Okay, we're going to start them off with this stuff here and mix in some of this chicken grit or chick grit. This, what it is just crushed granite. Later on, as they get older, of course, their food will have to change. But for now, we're going to get the organic chick starter crumbles and also some chick grit. Now the chick grit, what that does is, if you know anything about their digestive system, they have gizzards, okay? And in their stomach, in nature they eat small little pebbles, real small. And that helps grind and crush their food in their stomach because they don't have teeth, obviously. So you want to make sure you want to get chick grit, not the chicken grit, but for chick grit, they're very small pieces of granite. That'll be really helpful for them to digest their food. What I'm going to do also, since you have to remember when a chick is born, it's sterile. Their environment that they were in inside that egg is sterile. So their digestive system is all sterile. So what some people do is they'll put probiotics in their water, which is great. But what route I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go out into my yard and pull up a piece of, like a patch of grass with dirt, of course, and maybe some dandelion and clover in there, and put it on one of these ceramic tiles here, or on a plate or something in there, where they can go in there and peck at it, and that'll introduce good probiotics in their gut, the natural probiotics that is in this yard, which they're going to be eating anyways in the next month or so. And that'll boost their immune system and get their digestive system ready to eat what's out there. All right, guys, another thing you should not overlook is your extension cord. Now, I don't have a direct plug around here, so I have to use an extension cord. Figure out the wattage you're using. My bulb is 250. I'm using two 32-watt bulbs at 64. So that's 250 and 64. It's 314 watts. And my extension cord is rated for 1875 watts. So I'm good. Same thing goes for your power strip here. Generally, you should be okay because you're only, like I said, just using a little over 300 watts. Just use a good extension cord, and a good power strip, and you'll be safe. Don't use a little flimsy extension cord. You just don't want to start a fire, So just don't overlook your extension cord. All right, so guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and share, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.